99. As they say, ATM was closed, so we went to the bank. Boom, 100.
ME470, Advanced Mechatronics, Ryan Marlatt, Ben Brown, Ethan Sims, and Stuffertless. I'm going to shoot a three-pointer here all day. Here we go.
So the two biggest variables in this project were, one, once we turned on the motor, the apparatus started shifting because of the rotation of the motor, and two, when I input the ball, sometimes it goes in faster and sometimes I put it in slower. So the first one banks because I put it in a little too fast, but on the second one I try and put it in a little slower and it goes right in.
So for this 470 project, we have an Arduino and a Python, an Arduino and a Raspberry Pi incorporated. For the Raspberry Pi, we have this webcam set up that will take a picture of the backboard, and I have a program written that has a reference picture of the backboard and the rim at 9 feet. And what it does is it converts the picture into an HSV filter, which brightens the red, the color red a lot more, and so it is easier to filter out everything but the color of the rim. So I have it drawing a circle around the rim, and from that reference circle, anywhere we go backwards, it will find the rim color, draw a circle around it, and it will calculate the distance. And that distance will be sent out from the Raspberry Pi to the serial monitor and display the distance. We're at the 3-point line, so it's displaying 21 feet. It's a 19 feet horizontal, so it's right around 21.6, but we round it because we know we're at the 3-point line if it's around that area. And after that, the Arduino takes over.
Yeah, so as far as what the Arduino covers, it receives the distance from the Raspberry Pi, and then also it displays the RPMs using, we have it unhooked here, but this is a magnet sensor. It's called a Hall switch. And the Hall switch, basically anytime a magnet passes by it, it will start to count the RPMs. So I'm just doing it by hand here since our motor goes really fast. And but these magnets are right in the shaft here, and then it just reads that. On top of that, we have a relay here, which is just controlled by the power button. It just takes that input and reads that to turn the motor on and off. And then finally, we actually control the speed of the motor using this sensor. We've got a free throw line and a 3-point line that we set it to in order to get our proper distances for shooting the basketball. Normally all of this is placed in the box, but we have it out here for display sake.
So we wanted to show a little more about what the Raspberry Pi program does with the distance finding. Here's an example of the HSV filter that's applied to each picture, and you can see how the red is more pronounced than the other colors. The red of the rim is a lime green, and after filtering out the red in this picture, the program will find everything that's that same color and draw a circle around it, as you can see from this picture, from the free throw. So the top picture is everything that was the same color of the rim. After finding the diameter of the circle and comparing it to the reference picture, the distance can be calculated and the pixels can be counted to see if the rim is centered or not. Once this is calculated, the information can be sent to the Arduino. Here is an example of the distance being calculated at the 3-point and the information that is sent. The camera will also find the rim at any angle and even at half court.
This camera can also be adjusted if there's any type of red. A lot of times the red lines on the basketball on the court itself will throw off the picture. So that's why I wanted it to be able to be adjusted upward, because there's nothing red up top. So this, as it's up, not seeing any of the basket, all of the red can be filtered out and get a really good picture of the rim and draw a really nice accurate circle wherever we're at. So step by step, what happens is a picture is taken with the Raspberry Pi, filtered out, the distance is calculated, it's sent through the Raspberry Pi to the Arduino, and it's displayed. It lets us know if it's a 3-point or a free throw. And then from that, a relay is kicked on to turn on the motor, and then the manual knob will be turned to set it to a free throw or a 3-point. And then once it's turned on to the right distance, that regulates the RPMs to get it to the right distance. This wheel will be spinning at a high RPMs really fast, and the ball will get set in here, and it will be pinched between this support and the wheel, giving it lots of grip. And then as it goes, it shoots the ball out, giving it backspin, and going right into the basket.